This is the GMKtec NucBox M8 Mini PC, and if you've been following the channel for a while, you already know I've reviewed quite a few mini PCs, some impressive, others not so much. But today's device genuinely caught my attention. The NucBox M8 is powered by the AMD Ryzen 5 Pro 6650H, and on paper, it promises a lot more power than you'd expect from something this small. With 6 cores, 12 threads, DDR5 memory, and even OCuLink support, this could be one of the most versatile mini PCs in its class. Starting with the unboxing. Inside the box, you get the mini PC itself, a user manual, an HDMI cable, and a 100-watt power adapter. Nothing unnecessary, nothing missing, just the essentials to get you up and running quickly. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was the build quality. The NucBox M8 feels surprisingly premium for its price range. It features an aluminum chassis with a clean silver finish and only a small portion of plastic. It feels solid in the hand, not cheap or hollow like some other mini PCs I've tested. Looking around the device, the front gives you a USB 4 Type-C port, 2 USB 3.0 Type-A ports, an OCuLink port, a headphone jack, and the power button. Around the back, you'll find 2 additional USB-A ports, HDMI, DisplayPort, and dual 2.5 gigabit LAN ports. Interestingly, those LAN ports come covered with a sticker suggesting you don't plug them in during setup. That's actually a known workaround to bypass the Windows account creation process, and I've seen it included with other mini PCs as well. The rest of the design is just as clean. On top, you've got the GMKtec logo, while the sides are used for exhaust ventilation. On the bottom, there's the intake area with a dust-protective mesh, which is always nice to see for long-term use. As always, I decided to open it up and take a closer look inside. Removing the 4 rubber feet on the bottom gives access to the internals, and right away something interesting appears. This mini PC actually has a dual fan setup. There's one fan on the bottom cooling the CPU, and another fan on the top. The bottom fan reminded me a bit of the push-pull cooling designs we used to see on older GPUs. Once I removed the top fan, I found the NVMe drive, along with a second slot. That clearly shows that the top fan is not just for show, it actively helps cool the storage and surrounding components, which is a smart design decision. It's always good to see manufacturers thinking about thermals beyond just the CPU. One important thing to note here is that the system uses LPDDR5 memory, which means the RAM is soldered directly onto the motherboard. So unfortunately, upgrading the RAM is not an option. That said, 16 gigabytes is still more than enough for typical workloads like office tasks, browsing, and even some light creative work. The motherboard itself looked well built and clean, which adds to the overall impression of quality. After putting everything back together, I moved on to the initial setup. The process was fast and smooth, with no issues along the way. Once I got into Windows, I checked the system specs and noticed that out of the 16 gigabytes of RAM, only about 12.7 gigabytes was available. The remaining memory is reserved as VRAM for the integrated graphics. While that's not necessarily a bad thing, I personally think it's a bit aggressive, since modern systems can dynamically allocate memory when needed. To verify everything, I opened CPU-Z and confirmed that all the specifications matched what was advertised. I also ran a quick benchmark, and the initial results were very promising, showing strong single-core and multi-core performance. At this point, the NucBox M8 was already making a very solid first impression. The design is well thought out, the build quality feels premium, and the internal layout shows attention to detail. But of course, the real question is how it performs under pressure. Alright, so after the solid first impressions, it was time to really push the GMKtec NucBox M8 and see what it's capable of in actual performance tests. I started with synthetic benchmarks, just to get a baseline. Running Geekbench on the CPU, the results came very close to what you'd expect from the CPU, which is always a good sign. Performance felt consistent, both in single-core and multi-core workloads. Moving over to Cinebench R26, I got around 1,958 points in multi-core and 413 in single-core, which again confirms that this chip delivers strong performance for a mini PC in this category. For everyday usage, I also ran PC Mark, and the results were honestly excellent. This machine is clearly built for productivity. Whether it's office work, multitasking, or general daily use, everything felt fast and responsive. Now, when it comes to graphics, the integrated Radeon 660M actually performs better than you might expect. In Geekbench GPU testing, I got a score of around 14,413 points, which is quite respectable for integrated graphics. To push things further, I ran 3D Mark, where the system scored close to 18,000 points. That tells us this mini PC is definitely capable of handling more than just basic tasks. So naturally, I had to test some gaming. In esports titles like Counter-Strike, the system managed very playable frame rates at 1080p, and even at 1440p, it stayed above 60 frames per second on average. That's impressive for a machine of this size. I also tried a heavier adventure-style game, and while you won't be maxing out settings, it still delivered playable performance at 1080p, which is honestly quite amazing for integrated graphics. And if that's not enough, the inclusion of the OCuLink port and USB 4 opens the door for external GPU support. That means you can actually turn this compact mini PC into a full gaming setup with the right hardware. The included NVMe drive delivered over 3,000 megabytes per second in read speeds and around 1,200 megabytes per second in write speeds. That's very solid performance, especially considering the overall price of the system. The fact that you also get a second M.2 slot for expansion makes it even better for anyone who needs additional storage. Connectivity is another strong point here. You get a total of 4 USB-A ports, along with a fully featured USB-C port that supports fast data transfer, display output, and even power delivery. In fact, it supports 100 watts PD 3.0, meaning you can actually power the mini PC through the USB-C port, which adds a lot of flexibility. When it comes to display support, this thing is seriously impressive. Between HDMI, DisplayPort, and USB-C, you can easily run a triple monitor setup. Even better, you can connect a USB-C monitor and power it directly without needing a separate power adapter, which makes for a super clean setup. In my testing, it handled high resolutions without any issues, even pushing high refresh rates, which is something not all mini PCs can manage reliably. Network connectivity is just as strong. With dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports, along with Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2, you're covered whether you prefer wired or wireless connections. It's great to see this level of flexibility in such a compact device. Now, there is one area where I was a bit disappointed, and that's the fan noise. Even at idle, the fans were noticeably loud, which honestly didn't make much sense given that the system wasn't under heavy load. If you're planning to keep this on your desk close to you, it can definitely become annoying over time. I tried adjusting the fan settings in the BIOS, but the options were quite limited. You can only set fixed fan speeds, not a proper fan curve. Thankfully, I found a workaround using the fan control application. It's a free tool that lets you create custom fan curves, and after setting it up properly, I was able to make the system almost silent during light use, while still keeping temperatures under control during heavy workloads. Honestly, this made a huge difference, and I really wish something like this was included out of the box. So, wrapping everything up, the GMKtec NucBox M8 delivers a lot of value. It's compact, well-built, and surprisingly powerful for its size. It handles everyday tasks with ease, offers decent gaming performance for integrated graphics, and provides excellent connectivity options, including the potential for external GPU expansion. Yes, the fan noise out of the box is a downside, but with a bit of tweaking, it's something you can work around. And considering the overall performance and features you're getting at this price point, it still stands out as a very compelling option. If you're looking for a budget-friendly yet powerful mini PC that can handle both work and some play, this is definitely one worth considering. I will leave an affiliate in the description below, so make sure to check that out. As always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.